Are you thinking about playing Infinity Nikki? Are you a big fan of cozy games, longtime Nikki fan, or it just piqued your interest? So, Infinity Nikki is an open-world gacha dress-up game with a fantasy story in the mysterious world of Mirrorland. Now, what does that mean? So that means you're going to be going around doing open-world exploring in the form of, getting treasure, finding materials, meeting NPCs, doing all that kind of stuff. It's a gacha system, so we'll go into that a little bit later about what that means if you're not aware. It's a dress-up game, which means that a lot of the abilities and the allure of the game are the beautiful outfits that are available and tie into both the gameplay and just for aesthetics. I want to touch on how the lore in the Nikki games can get a little weird, so prepare yourself. Now, Infinity Nikki is created by Infold Games, which is an international branch of the paper games company in China. So you may know them from Love and Deep Space, Mr. Love's Queen Choice, the upcoming open world action game Project the Perceiver, which I think we saw at some showcases. And to kind of just go through it, so the Nikki franchise, it started with this little game called Nikki Up To You Dress Up Basic. And then there was Hello Nikki that came afterwards, very similar games. And it kind of exploded with Love Nikki on mobile, which was a 2D dress up game, kind of started the majority of the story. And then Shining Nikki, which came out a few years ago, which was also for mobile and graduated to 3D and was essentially kind of a sequel from Love Nikki. A fun fact for my fellow Hoyoverse fans out there, the second Nikki game actually collaborated with Honkai Impact 3's predecessor, the Honkai Gacha. I'm butchering it. People call it GGZ, okay? If you know, you know. So I've played some of Shining Nikki and Love Nikki over the years, and they're absolute classics in the cozy mobile game genre, just perfect. Plus, I play Love and Deep Space really regularly. It's just fantastic, and the incredibly detailed animation in that and the lore in that is just, it's so good. So, I have really high expectations for Infinity Nikki, to say the least. From what we can see from trailers and the beta, you're going to be crafting and using gacha to obtain new outfits for Nikki, which will have their own special abilities that you can use in the open world. There are platforming areas which kind of almost look like dungeons, and combat that uses style over, let's just say, direct violence. And that leads me to one of the things I'm most excited about, the story. So it seems so far like this is an alternate universe from the other Nikki games, or sandwiched somewhere in the middle, but you don't need to know anything about the other games to enjoy this one. I just want to give you a TLDR on the interesting bits to kind of catch your interest. So it's kind of your classic isekai where Nikki has a normal life, kind of getting ready for cute teenage events or whatever, and Nikki Up To You and Hello Nikki. But then she gets kind of snatched into Mirrorland. And she actually already had her talking cat Momo before she got there, but we don't talk about Momo, I guess. There's actually a reason in the Nikki universe, not for Momo, but there is a reason in the Nikki universe as to why there's no violence, and that's where it kind of starts to get weird. There is a blood curse that prevents violence, and if you commit acts of violence against others, you die a horrible death. Yeah, a fun dress-up game, right? Oh man. So Nikki fights to kind of thwart a villain in Love Nikki who wants to end the world and get rid of the curse and murder everybody, basically. So she has styling competitions, the Nikki version of aggressive negotiations or Pokemon battles or whatever. She meets elves, she time travels, she gets a gun, one of her friends is stabbed and dies. It's wild. The Nikki games are kind of all tied up together, but it's implied from the next game, Shining Nikki, that she did not succeed in saving the world and kind of everyone died. So we're just gonna move on past that. Yay! In Shining Nikki, she goes back in time to the beginning of Mirrorland to try and stop that blood curse I was talking about from happening and change history. More crazy things occur, beautiful outfits, there's a mild zombie outbreak, more murder, and she is in jail, she gets drugged at some point, but the outfits are divine. And it graduated from, like I said, a 2D style to a 3D style, and the animation is beautiful. The story's still ongoing, so, please cheer for her while she tries to save everyone. While, in this game, like I said earlier, it's now either an alternate universe or far in the future where she's forgotten Mirrorland, Narnia style, or some other option. We aren't really sure, and it doesn't matter. In this game, Nikki will get isekai'd to Mirrorland again. It's a dress, not a truck, don't worry. She'll meet this beautiful lady called the Curator who wants her to save the world like she always does. So she needs to revive all of the miracle outfits, TM, and gain the power to save the world from the darkness. Aside from the open world exploring and crafting outfits and stuff we talked about earlier, you also have the option of gaining more outfits and skins via the gacha system. So in this game, there will be limited and standard what they call resonance banners, which are kind of like, if you play Genshin Impact, it's just your typical like 5-star limited banners and 5-star standard banners. But in this one, they're called resonance. Your first gacha, basically, you can collect the resonance for wishing through exploring quests, a system similar to a battle pass where you have like weekly quests to do and you can get rewards for that by spending real money. And if it's your first gacha game, then spend responsibly, okay? Gacha can be a very tempting entryway into getting yourself into trouble if you're not careful, because it can basically feel like gambling, especially when you're spending big money. This is because you're not guaranteed the outfit that you want until you hit a certain number of times that you've wished, which is usually much higher than you want it to be, and can change over the development of the game. You can be lucky and get an outfit early, you can get the wrong outfit and cry, or get the outfit when you're guaranteed after, other mildly kind of okay wishes and outfits that you got from there. It can be really fun and exciting. Like, I love it, but just be careful and have fun, especially those of you with kids. Just be aware of kind of what they're doing. There's not going to be any shortage of free wishes available to you. There's a minimum of like 106 pulls, I believe they said in the recent special program, which is well beyond the pity system to get the outfit that you want from this time's limited banner, I believe, with only more in the terms of Nikki's birthday is the day after it comes out. So there's a beautiful outfit that comes for free with that, more pulls, more currency. I think there's just, it's obscene amount of rewards. So now's the time to start when it comes out, and you can just live your best life and not have to worry about, the fear of swiping your credit card if you fall in love too hard. So, all right. That's why I'm so excited for Infinity Nikki. I hope that this helped you either decide whether to play it or get further excited. I'm dying over the gorgeous world and outfits, and I'm so excited to see like both how cozy and cursed the story is going to be. I'll be streaming the game over on my Twitch at Serenity, and I'm planning to upload more Nikki content soon, so take care, and I hope all of your dreams in Maryland come true.